everybody, and welcome to tonight's coverage of the BTDY Racing Series here for race 9 on the season for the Affinity for Gaming 150 here from the famous Monster Mile in Dover, Delaware. Hi everybody, I'm Alec Martinez, joined alongside me, of course, as always, Bradley Cooper. Also, I need to point out, happy birthday to him here tonight. Bradley, how we doing?
We're doing great. We're doing better than probably most people right now. Turning 32, you only do it once, right?
Absolutely, you only turn 32 once, and man, what a beautiful racetrack here. And glad to be with all of you here tonight here for race 9, the Affinity for Gaming 150. Qualifying has just concluded, and who else will be rolling off of the pole here at Dover? The favorite going into this race as we go into our gridding here, presented by Martin Sports. Adam Cabot, the Magic Man. We know it's his playground. These are his stomping grounds. Everybody's been saying it coming into this race. The favorite, well, he puts it on pole, fastest in practice. And maybe trying to get the old sweep here is Cabot. Gonna roll off with the pole here with a 22.958 to his outside. Brody Hayes could have him back in the 10. Rolling off in second behind them. Bailey Turner, David Showhouse. Row 2. Row 3 is Yusuf Ghali and the points leader and reigning champion Jeff Wright. Row 4 is Seth Hatchell and Joshua Banks. In row number 5 is AJ Stravato and Ben Baffert. Gonna be last week's winner at Indianapolis. Gonna be rolling off in 10.
11th spot's going to belong to Angelo Horonis with Kevin McGarvey in 12th. 13th will be Eric Hutton. Gary Sexton's going to start in 14th. 15th position belongs to Dennis Faircloth. Chris Simard's going to start in 16th. 17th, Daniel Cunningham. Brett Baldick in 18th. And rounding out that top 20, you've got Ryan Shelton and Caleb Weekly.
And then you got the 21st, row number 11, Jacob Locklear, the 97, the rookie. To his outside, Jeremiah Vincent in 22nd. Row number 12 has Max Cost, Dennis Steele, going to be rolling off 24th. Cost rolling off 23rd. 25th, Nathan Ostrowski in the 41 car. And in 26th, Ray Massey going to be rolling off in row number 13. Row number 14 has Dallas Sullivan in the 46 car with Alan Dice, the Affinity for Gaming driver, going to be starting up in 28th. And rounding out the field here tonight is Nick Starling.
So 29 cars out here tonight. A full field. We've seen cars close to 30 all season long, and we're approaching, what, 10 races in here? It's impressive.
Yeah, it's almost over. We're almost to that halfway point in the Ocean Point regular season finale going to be coming up soon. As we're rolling, it's going to be a quick pace lap, but I got to ask, who is your pick here for tonight's race?
Dude, do we even need to ask that, Alex?
I know who you're going to take, but I think there's somebody that can beat this guy tonight. Go ahead.
You already know who I'm going for, and we've seen it in other leagues. We've seen it every time we've came here in BTDY. I'm going with Adam Cabot.
Adam Cabot. It's not the worst pick. I tell you, he's been knocking on the door for wins. He's been really fast lately. I love that 35, Joshua Banks. I think you got to watch out for him.
Yeah, he is a concrete monster.
The race comes here, you got to be careful. I've seen him in races here. He's very good, and I think he's somebody that can take the fight up to Adam Cabot. Don't count out Jeff Wright either. I think those are two guys that are going to be able to give the 17 a run for his 1 to green here on the racetrack. As pace truck lights will shut off. Let's get a look at our race analysis, our race facts even, and the weather here so far tonight. Nothing too crazy. It's a 73 degrees outside and 114 degrees on the racetrack, so still a little. I would say it's a warm racetrack. It's not too hot, but it's not too cold either. So these guys still gonna be slipping and sliding around. We've heard a little bit as rubber builds up. We know this concrete track takes in rubber like crazy. The tighter the conditions that these cars will face, the more track position is gonna matter as we go on into the evening. I'm looking forward to this, man. We've had such a great season. I believe we've had 6 different winners, in the first 9 races. So I mean, talk about some parity, some competitiveness. This league has had it all, so I'm looking forward to this as halfway down to the back stretch, and appreciate all of you guys tuning in here tonight for 150 laps, 150 miles here from the Dover Delaware. It used to be called Dover Downs back in the day. Even a horse track in the infield as well, NASCAR or any.
Interesting facts there, Alex.
Yeah, I know. Just dropping little facts on here for y'all as we come to the green flag pit entry. Going to be a story for tonight when we get to green flag pit stops. But until then, we got 150 laps, 150 miles from the Monster Mile. Adam Cabot, Brody Hayes, the top 2. The Affinity for Gaming 150 is underway. Trouble in the start. front stretch. Big crash on the inside. I believe that's Ryan Shelton, the rookie, on the inside wall. Another car involved. Brett Baldeck, the other rookie involved, and I believe one other car was caught up in that. I'm not sure who it was, but 2-car wreck on the front straightaway at the start of this race. I believe it was the 14 of Daniel Cunningham making his second start on the season, and already gonna pull it off into pit lane.
This doesn't even go 100 feet. These guys spin the tires. And we wondered about that during practice. These guys talked about how hard it was going to be getting it to... They're at the worst transition of the racetrack, too. Right there with turn 4.
Oh,
Weekly gets a bad hit.
And a hard hit for Ryan Shelton.
Weekly's got a lot of damage, too.
Yeah. Yeah, Weekly drove all the way underneath him. I don't think he meant to in any way. And Dover, we've seen famous for the restarts here, especially on old tires. Tire spin, especially with these high horsepower Gen 4 cars. We talk about the tire spin a lot, just in regular cars. Even the trucks, they tend to struggle with, have way less horsepower than these race cars do. And right there, that was a classic case, spinning the tires there on the start and just not being able to go. And you know, how about Brody Hayes? He took the lead on that restart from Adam Cabot, and now Hayes has control of this race and on the restart. So curious to see as you go middle of the pack there, and I'm curious. I'll take one more look at that replay and see what happened there. But it just seemed like the classic Dover tire spin, guys not being able to check up in time, and then getting into each other, and then a big wreck on the front stretch. I mean, most famously, we talk about 2016 Dover with Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick, and a few guys where Johnson missed a shift and caused a 60-car pileup on the front stretch. And here, just very similar. So you see, they get into the restart zone. Green flag's out right here, and you can see the stack up a little bit. And there's a bump off of turn 4, and it really unsettles the race car, especially when you're turning high RPMs going up through the gears. That is definitely a place where you can easily lose the back end. And if you can't grab it in time, the guy behind you doesn't have enough reaction time, and then it causes a huge chain reaction, just like that.
We've seen it with the Gen 4 cars, especially because there's so much power to get. Oh, we got problems back here with Shieldhouse.
What in the world? Is that Ryan Shelton as well?
Yeah. Don't think that Shieldhouse is going to be very happy with that. We're going to have to go back and see exactly what happened, but I think the 99 of Shelton came off the corner coming out of pit road and...
What?
Yeah, let's go back. Yeah, Shelton's coming out of pit road here.
Already a wacky race to start off with, and I mean, they're just pacing.
Yeah, you're going to see the 99 come out of pit road here. I think. Nope, he's just... There's the field. And yeah, we haven't
locked up the brakes and then
caught up to the field. He was catching up to the tail end of the field there, and it looked like he wasn't expecting the relative to be that short. I
don't. Yeah, he didn't expect the field to slow down, and yeah.
We haven't seen that. I don't think in any race we've broadcasted.
If I remember correctly, I think David Shieldhouse ran into Ryan Shelton under caution at was it Sonoma this year?
Maybe
I think it was these two that both got it, that both got into each other under caution there, but a little bit different though. But yeah, that's not what David Shieldhouse wanted to see. And if we recall last week, Shieldhouse got remember the wreck with he and Jeremiah Vincent, not claiming the caution there, put David Shieldhouse in the back, even though he I believe he started in 4th. So yeah, that's not going to help. But
it's been a rough start here. We talked about Shieldhouse last season. He was in the running for the championship, and now we're approaching playoff time, and
we're wondering if he's going to even make the chase.
Yeah, that's going to be. It's going to take a few wins, for sure.
I don't know if it's going to take a few wins. It's going to take one for sure to really propel those chances, but. It's possible. I know next week anybody can get the win next week. I know, unfortunately, you won't be having me in the booth, but
anybody, not just anybody. Alec Martinez is going to be on the racetrack.
It's going to be crazy. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun going out to Talladega. Talladega, a lot of things can happen. We've seen some crazy stuff happen at Talladega. So next week, keep your eyes peeled on that one. That's going to be a can't miss event, I must say.
Double back up here on lap number 5 out of 150. We've only made it 5 miles. We made it about 5 feet. And these drivers bring out the first caution, but we're going to get back underway, and hopefully we see a green flag run.
If these guys get into a rhythm, this race is going to fly by. So David Shieldhouse is going to have to get some spots here as the pace truck will pull off once again. The Geico restart zone. Brody Hayes, Adam Cabot, the front row. Will they be able to make it past the entire restart zone and even to the start-finish line? Green flag back out in the air, back underway. Cabot doesn't really get a great restart. And look at Jeff Reichert. Oh, spinning the tires back there. I believe that's either Kevin McGarvey, I believe. 00 spinning the tires, but everybody makes it through turns 1 and 2 for now and on to the backstretch for the first time at speed.
And already Adam Cabot falls back to third. Everybody gets to the inside, and you saw Brody Hayes take over the lead there in the first 100 feet that we even drove this race. Now Jeff Wright takes over the second position.
And Wright looks to be on the charge. Hayes maybe trying to save those tires just a little bit. But that 48 is hot on his heels. 3 cars under a blanket here for the race lead. Hayes with the clean air, but Wright looking to take it away. He'll close up to the back bumper. Can't do anything with it. Kind of loses the nose in the wake. But now holds on, slides the back in there. Cabot now resting in third.
And the momentum that they're carrying out of the exits to these corners of the Gen 4 car, it's literally a roller coaster ride. You can see the turbulence, these cars stepping out. That's the transition of the racetrack you were talking about during the caution we had. And so these drivers are going to have this at speed. Let's ride on board here with the 24 of Bailey Turner. We'll show you what we're talking about out of 2.
And the biggest transition here in this pit, these cars so fast under speed here and under the driving bridge, and then you'll see them come down under the Ally bridge, and look at the hard transition. Look at that downhill slope into the corner. The car has to set. You have to wait for the car to fully rotate. You get back into the gas, ease it up off the corners, and look at how much speed you're carrying. As here comes Jeff Wright looking for the lead here early in this race on lap 10. He'll get it away from Hayes. Now Cabot trying to follow suit underneath Hayes for second. They almost make contact halfway down the backstretch. Wright pulls away by 2-3 car lengths. Cabot gets second away from Hayes.
So Cabot back on the move. Hayes able to lead about 3 laps there. 9 laps led under caution, I think. Here was about Hatchell. 6 of them.
And Hatchell going underneath Bailey Turner for fourth. So the Budweiser number 8 car up into the 4th position. 2 VSPEED cars up inside the top 5. Turner in 5th, and behind them Yusuf Ghali and Joshua Banks, AJ Stravato, Bafford, and Angelo Ronis. Your top 10 here so far. The top 10 only separated by about 3.1 seconds here so far. Now single file all the way through.
And there's a shot of the 23, Ben Bafford, having a great week last week.
Dominated the race.
Just destroyed him. I mean...
Oh, there's contact off of turn 2 down the backstretch between Locklear and Vincent. That was almost an incident off of turn 2. And we talk about Dover, a self-cleaning racetrack. Any wreck middle or front of the pack is going to be big, as looks like Vincent's struggling a little bit with pace here, as Dice going to get by, and then Dennis Steele going to try to get by. This is the battle for 21st on the racetrack here. The first battle on the racetrack, I must point out, so far, as this field's starting to get a little bit more strung out. Here comes Steele looking to the inside, and won't be able to do it. And then Ostrowski, Steele's teammate behind, and David Shieldhouse running 24th here.
So a shuffle through the field. Shieldhouse starting in 4th, and with that, whatever that was under caution there, he's back to 24th position. I want to say that he did come down pit road to top off with fuel, though.
He got fuel, and he most definitely probably got some damage fixed, and got most of it fixed. As Ghali just got by Turner for 5th, so the 54 up to 5th. And now Turner's under pressure, really starting to fall back here. I know he's probably saving his tires, starting to fall under pressure here from Joshua Banks. And we talked about these two. They've had a rough stretch together. These two going at it a couple of races, Chicagoland, and then Rockingham, where Banks got his, I guess, payback on the 24 after Chicago. And I think they've squashed the beef now, and
hopefully
Banks up to 6th. Turner back down to 7th, and here comes the Italian stallion, AJ Stravato, looking for 7th on, trying to get by his teammate here, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, Bailey has a little bit of right rear damage.
Yeah, maybe minor. Brush with the wall, and you can see coming off that corner, that car not turning on the exit. That was something we talked about in practice. They're going to make it about 45 laps, I think, was the window here for fuel.
Yeah, and Well, I think it's a little bit more than that, but I think 45 laps on tires is the big thing because to me, I don't think there's you don't want to go on a full fuel run unless you absolutely have to. Other than that, I don't see a reason why. I think tires just too important. We've only got about 10 laps of racing on these tires, and they've almost fallen off a second.
Yeah. Best lap time, 23.4. You've got a 23.7 this time by for Stravato, so about 3/10 separating, and the leaders are about 7/10 difference. Jeff Wright has led 8 laps now. I tell you what, we didn't really factor this in. Jeff Wright came to play today, and this is the car that he's good at.
I said there's 2 guys that can beat Adam. It's Jeff and it's Banks, and I think those cars are Banks starting to inch closer up inside the top 5 here. So it's getting interesting here. Yeah, I mean Jeff Wright's doing a good job, but we know Adam Cabot is known for the long run here at Dover, and I'm sure he'll be doing this I'm sure he'll be finding a way to try to get around this guy pretty soon. Adam's so good. We talk about Jeff Wright at Sonoma. I think you can put Adam Cabot at Dover up there as well.
Yeah.
Both 2 really good drivers at their respective racetracks, and you can see Cabot inching closer and closer.
Well, definitely leveled the playing field, right? With putting them in the Gen 4 car and putting Jeff Wright in the next Gen car, it almost hinders him. So,
I think
level.
Yeah, I think Adam, you look at the next Gen car, he's good here and won here, or close to winning here. I think had the field unlock until caution during the pit cycle happened. And don't forget, we talked about pit road here when we get to long runs. This track it's probably the toughest pit road to get on that NASCAR goes to, or one of the toughest, I should say, because you got to go from 170 miles per hour in the corners, slow it down to 35, and it's an agonizing long pit road the entire length of the front stretch. And if you get a caution, once you get your stop going, you're going to instantly fall a lap down. If not 2.
Looking at the battle here between 10th and 11th position. Eric Hutton right up on the back bumper of Angelo Huronis trying to take away the top 10. And Hutton right on the bottom there. Really loose coming out of 2, but he's trying everything he can. The tires burning off of these things, and it doesn't really matter what vehicle we bring here. The concrete surface, it just tears them up.
It sure does. I'll tell you what, this battle for the lead is heating up. We got 3 cars under a blanket still, and Yusuf Ghali now starting to fall off a little bit. Got passed by Banks, got passed by Stravato, and now going to get passed almost by by Turner. But look at this. Hayes going to go under the attack here on Cabot. So hard to complete a pass on the inside here. Going to get the run off for Cabot. This is what Jeff Wright wants to see. Going to be able to cool his tires down a little bit. And I'll tell you what, man, Brody Hayes, another guy.
That's quick.
Yeah, that we might be able to throw into the picture here and throw his hat into the ring to have a chance at Adam Cabot. He'll get by for second. Don't count out the 2-time champion behind them. Seth Hatchell has closed up to this battle as well. And Joshua Banks up into 5th, closing in. So is Stravato. This field very, very even so far. And, man, we got a race here. We got a good race shaping up here. There's 125 to go.
Dang good race. And these guys, less than 100th of a second separating all 4 of these top 4 drivers.
This is as good as you want to hear, man. This is some really good racing. Good stuff, good, clean, hard racing. And I'll tell you what, Hayes, he's putting lap times together. He is starting to stalk Jeff Wright. Wright's starting to struggle a little bit of pace here. With a little bit of pace here. And Hayes, we saw him get the lead those first 3 laps. He kind of let Wright and he kind of let Cabot go. Maybe we're saving his stuff here now. Gonna try to...
he's on the approach.
He's getting there. Wright sliding that back end around. Now he'll look to the inside. Wright's not going to give it up easy, but Hayes now looking like he has the pace in that car. Caleb Wickney slow car on the inside, bringing it in. Or excuse me, Brett Baldnick bringing it in. But look at this. Hayes to the inside here of Jeff Wright. Wright sails it into the corner, going to dive in the corner, going to drift it up high and then cut the nose back down. Try to get a run here off of turn number 2, but Hayes just has the better drive off and the better right rear and the better tires, I should say, the better Goodyear Eagles on that race car. Hayes now going to get really tight, no side force to the side of the 10. Hayes going to be able to clear, possibly. No, he's not. Wright fights back up on the outside. Cabot closing into the battle, and so is Seth Hatchell. It is a four-horse pony show at the dog races, as Travis Brown would say. As look at this. All right, loses the rear end. Almost spins it into Cabot. Hayes to the lead, and right taps the outside wall. Cabot goes wide. Here comes Hatchell to take the position for third.
So
And Joshua
Jeff
Banks
Wright,
is right there, too.
yeah, Wright loses 3 spots there, and just that little tag with the wall in the entry messes up the momentum. This track's so momentum-based. It's like Bristol, just a bigger version of it.
Oh, yeah. Both concrete.
Chewing up the tires, yeah. Chewing up the tires with the concrete surface. These guys slipping, sliding around. Brody Hayes takes over the lead on lap 30.
We talked about it about 10 or 15, 20 laps ago. The top 10 was only separated by 3 seconds. After 20 laps, it's still separated by 3 seconds.
Well, we're going to see more of the same. I think if we get green flag pit stops, that'll spread these guys out a little bit, because that's kind of the norm here.
Is massive. I think a short pit honestly might help. I mean, the tire fall off right now, it's about a second and a half. So definitely
unbelievable here
for
for Hayes, though. That's he's catching us all off guard here tonight.
Yeah, he is. And look at Joshua Banks. He's up to 5th now. Started 8th, up to 5th here. David Shorthouse, who also got in that caution incident, he's up to 20. Hasn't been as much ground as I thought he would. Coming through the field, and I tell you what, Jeff Wright is starting to struggle with the handling of that below his 48 car. Oh, he's up into the wall again there on the entry. And
really close, yeah.
Yeah, and we talk about how, you know, if for all the NASCAR fans here, if we ever saw that 48 car with Jimmy Johnson, Chad Knaus coming to Dover, you knew you had to go through that car. It always was the case with how good Jimmy Johnson and Chad Knaus were here at Dover. And that 48 Hendrick Motorsports car was always a force to be reckoned with when he came to the Monster Mile. I believe had 11 wins here with that team. So right now, Jeff Wright's not
Stravato
doing
to
as
the
good as you would
inside.
hope here. Here comes Stravato. You know, Stravato has really good pace in that 33 car as well. I'm liking what I'm seeing out of a lot of these cars. And again, tires, big thing, tires. How much can you save here and still keep up your pace? As Brody Hayes has been able to do that and work that to a charm right now. Hayes now has about, I would say, the biggest lead of the race so far, about a half a second.
Fastest car on the racetrack last time by. Let's see what it is this time by. If Joshua Banks can match that time, he does not. He's within a hundredth of a second, but it's going to go to Brody Hayes here. And that clean arrow, really loose moment there out of 2. Curse of the camera on the 10.
Yeah, it was a big moment there. Good save, though. Got to keep the tires under you here. There's no point in, you know, you're leading this race. No need in throwing it away so early here. And what seems you may have a top 2, top 3 car here is, look at this. Banks now on the back bumper of Hatchell. Closing up quick here. And Jeff, like we said, starting to fall off just a little bit here. And starting to lose some. Even Ben Baffert going to go underneath Yusuf Ghali here for 8th. Get that spot away, no problem. Ghali just doesn't have the pace that I thought he would from starting up so high. And now he's just kind of falling off here. As Hayes, talking about, he's coming off of turn 2. Well, the last car, I believe, lap's coming off of turn 4. So over this run, we will have lap traffic, even though with how many cars we have on the racetrack. Lap traffic may play an issue here as Dennis Steele, last car on the lead lap here. He's still well a ways from Hayes, but right now he's turning about 0.2 of a lap slower. So they'll be there in the next 20 or so laps as Banks gets by Hatchell for 3rd, and here comes Stravato. Tell you what, man, Joshua Banks, AJ Stravato got some really good long run pace right now.
I'm interested to see what Cabot's deal, and he's fallen back a little bit. He's about 0.3 off of this lead, but as he's saving his stuff, I know that he's calculated. He's gonna make that pit road decision that just throws these guys for a loop.
I feel like right now, I think Cabot needs this run to see what he did wrong, and he's so good here. He's gonna critique. Adam's always good at that. He's good at critiquing his driving. He knows what not to do the next run and what to do the next run as well. So it's like, I think you got to give him a run here for him to really get a feel for it. And then usually that second run, the second and third run, if we get them, that 17 car starts flying. And it's going to be up to these guys up ahead, or behind and up ahead, to try to jump that 17. Put him in a place he's not normally used to seeing at Dover, and put him in some dirty air, put him in some traffic here. Speaking of traffic, here comes AJ Stravato trying to get a little bit cleaner air to the nose here underneath the 8 of Seth Hatchell. Oh, right in the wall again.
Yeah, he's back there with Baffer, but I was watching Stravada. He peeked to the inside a couple different times for this fourth spot, rather. You're going to find him probably up here rounding with Banks here in just a moment.
Yeah, and what AJ's doing there, he's getting some clean air to the nose, taking that left front headlight and getting it in some clean air. That always helps with the rotation, especially being tucked up so close behind somebody. Get some fresh air in the nose, creates a little more downforce, creates a little more turn, and you're able to rotate the corners. As you can see, Hatchell gets close, but then has to get out of the gas. They're right behind the 33.
And dirty air affecting the 8's handling. Let's go back through the field a little bit here. You got Ray Massey on the back bumper of Eric Hutton. Hutton was fighting with Angelo Horonis a moment ago. He has since lost about a second to the 29, falling back to the clutches of Ray Massey.
Yeah, I think right now, Yusuf Ghali's starting to fall off quite hard. Turning the slowest lap time to the top 5. I think these guys will run him down as soon as Rona's going to try to make a pass here behind his teammate here. And like I said, I don't know, the 54 just hasn't really had the fire out. He had a little bit of fire off speed. And once we've gotten to this longer run, that car is really starting to fall off. And almost 45 laps into this thing. And how much longer until we see green flag pit stops? Will we see these guys cut this race in half and try to stretch it 75 laps?
Yeah, I think the window that I talked to some of these guys pre-race, it was somewhere between 45 and 50 laps, was kind of the window with the tires. Like you said, those are going to be spent well before the fuel. You're just going to be at a point where the fall off's so bad that you have to come down pit road. So I would say probably about lap 50, you're going to start seeing guys come down here in droves.
That's possible. And here comes Jonas looking to the inside. Golly just can't get underneath him. And now, actually, I was say that he's going to shoot down. He's going to shoot down to the inside of 54. Golly, his teammate, I think he's going to let him go on by, but a little bit too high, going to get up in the marbles.
That's a good way to get loose here, as if it wasn't loose enough. Trying to connect 900 horsepower to the racetrack.
Tell you what, man, Joshua Banks is flying right now. He is close up to the back bumper of Adam Cabot.
So less than a tenth here for second position, and Adam Cabot, he's kept Brody Hayes honest. Any mistakes that Brody's made, Adam's been right there, 0.2 of a second back. I tell you what, there is probably 3 different drivers right now that are completely throwing me off. AJ Stravada, look at the speed he has here in this late run.
A lot of comers and goers so far up here at the front.
It's all over the place, and you know, we pick in the pre-race based off of previous statistics, but iRacing's had a complete. Oh man, close. iRacing's had a complete overhaul though.
Yeah, it really has. Handling. Tell you what though, Ben Baffer just turning some really good laps there. Ooh man, Cabot got loose and almost got underneath here. Oh, we got trouble. Yusuf Ghali up into the outside wall.
He does that in about midfield. He was falling back. He said he was struggling there a little bit, and we were noticing that.
So there might have been some contact between him and Ray Massey there for 11th. Get a look here. Battling Eric Hutt and Ray Massey in the 32. And like we mentioned, he was struggling on pace there just a little bit, and then right here gets loose. And then, I think it's a lap. Oh, no, a little help there.
Yeah, he got help.
Yeah, he got help there from the 32, and the 54 went around and into the outside wall. And heavy damage to the right rear quarter panel of Yusuf Ghali. That's going to hinder a lot of performance in that 54 car. We'll take one more look at it. The field's going to come down pit road here. You can see Ghali just struggling with center. You can see him have to get out of the gas. Massey gets into him. 54 makes pretty decent contact to the right side. And now everybody going to bring it into pit road. Pit stop's going to be crucial here. Can Hayes get out first? We know Cabot, he's got the also preferred #1 stall here as 25 cars, or excuse me, 25 cars on the lead lap. So going to have everybody bring it in here. Crucial pit stops here as everybody into their stall. Nice and easy.
And a tough break. Again, we're shouting out to David Shieldhouse. Started in 4th. He's been outside the top 10. Maybe he has an opportunity as you see all these guys pour out of pit road. The 10's going to win the battle. Yeah. They're going to stay about the same here for the top 5.
Wright didn't have a great stop there. He's going to lose a few. How about David Shieldhouse now clawing his way up to 12th here out of pit road? It's going to help his bits of getting up a little bit, maybe mixing up with these leaders up front.
He's got to do what he's got to do. He's had a rough start to this race. He had a rough start to the season. But it's ultimately Brody Hayes that's going to lead for this next restart.
Will Faircloth and Koss going to take their wave around too. We'll see as the pace stroke lights they go off or on. But a couple of cars live down, so I would assume that they'll probably stay off here just a little bit. But we'll see as they'll come across the Geico restart zone. I believe, taking a look here, waiting for the pace truck to turn the lights off. It will not. So we'll go around another 2 more times. And while we're waiting for these guys to go back green, we hear a quick word from our sponsors and go into a quick commercial break while we're under this caution. We'll be right back for the restart.
Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader. Known as the Nurturing Reader at New Jersey street fairs, you can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today. All right, back live for the restart here for the Affinity for Gaming 150. Brody Hayes, Adam Cabby, your front row here, race 9 at 20 on 152 laps of 150 down, and a whole lot more to go. Green flag back out in the air. We're back underway. Hayes gets a great restart. Cabot falls back in line to second. It's a battle for third between Banks and Hatchell.
Coming off a turn 2. Look at the 23 of Baffert on the outside. That's Dennis Steele.
Yusuf Ghali, or somebody's around. Oh, Dennis Steele is around.
Yeah, I think Ghali got involved with it, but Dennis Steele ultimately is going to pay the price. Back on the instant replay. Figure this out. This happened deep in the field.
It did, yeah, around 24th, 25th position.
Another restart, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think tire spin had anything to do with this one, but you see the 5.
A little bit from the 5. But
yeah. Maybe a checkup here?
Oh, yeah, big checkup there and nothing there for Shelton. Somebody was anticipating it.
Ooh, and Caleb Wigley almost gets involved in another one.
Good save and a good avoidance there.
Miles the Monster is claiming them.
He is. He sure is. He's hungry. He hasn't had some race cars since, I believe, May.
Yeah,
and, Martin Truex
starving.
Got the win there. Yeah, he's hungry. He's getting some cars, I believe. Max Cost is going to get the lucky dog there, so the 63 car.
I told the 63 to aim for 12th tonight. He's aiming a little low. We'll get back on the lead lap, see what he does.
He actually brought it down pit lane when that caution came out on the first run. So,
yeah.
Yeah, that's, you know.
That's my silent pick for the night. That's my silent pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I respect that. Yeah, man. Look at this. I think he got beat Yusuf Ghali there, so I think he will in fact, get the lucky dog here.
So now tires and fuel is going to come into play. We just hit pit road. Now the guys are going to start clutching to see how far they can stretch this run.
I think you're going to pit. I think you're going to pit like.
Can you stretch it out to one more stop?
50 to go. Oh, for sure you can.
Yeah. So maybe fuel needs to be saved a little bit here. I don't know.
I think you could save a little. Well, we saw it last one. I know they had one caution, and what do we go about, like 40 something, 46, 47 laps there. So I think it's possible you get to the end here. It's close. Yeah, it's close. I think they should have no problem getting down in cutting this run in half here. So.
For the viewers at home, the Gen 4 car versus the next gen car, that's two totally different fuel capacities, if I'm correct there.
Yeah, 20 gallons in the next gen race car, and then I think 18.7 gallons.
So when you go by percentage, it's off, right?
Yeah, and I mean, look at these cars. You compare them to the next gen race car. The next gen has Camaros, Camrys, Mustangs, and then an underbody, a diffuser, and a whole lot of sequential shifter, a transaxle, where these cars have, the standard H pattern, 850 horsepower, a lot more power under the hood.
This is the car your grandpa's familiar with. Yeah.
Yeah. These are the cars, your dad, your grandpa grew up with in the transmission box, but, the cars that are running in the Cup Series now are the cars you're going to grow up in my lifetime as being the Gen Z era. So it's going to be interesting. But we see how much difference. But I think we've seen so far that this car has been way better on short tracks than the next gen probably would. And I think we've seen the next gen also thrive on the big tracks where I think it would thrive over this car. So, interesting.
That would be interesting to see these two cars comparison-wise over a course of, we had a longevity run with this car from probably around 2000, maybe the late 90s. Yeah. It was a long run here with this car.
It was. I mean, Gen 4, I believe, what would it have, about 12, 13 years?
Yeah.
Not bad. I know the current, you see the current generations of cars that keep coming up here. They're
wicked
looking.
looking.
About 10 years. They're 10 years, they're not like the COT, though. The COT, man, whew.
Oh, you didn't like watching those cars take flight?
The first race I ever remember watching was when Carl Edwards went into the catch fence at Talladega. That was like my first ever NASCAR memory I had, and shows you how young I am. But I remember recalling that being my first race. I can remember watching.
Do you remember Larry Mack's call?
Oh my gosh! Brad Keselowski won that race.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, good times though. I mean, as far as NASCAR is a spectacle, the transitions to the car that we have today, man, what an interesting time to be alive and watch those cars. The wrecks were spectacular.
It's been interesting. Yeah, those cars were safe, but man, they had some hard wrecks. Michael McDowell, Texas in qualifying, one of the wrecks I think that stands out to me so far. And then I think the next gen, if you look at it, the Ryan Preece wreck at Daytona probably stands out. Yeah, a lot of hard wrecks here in every generation of cars. The pace truck pulls off into pit lane, and it's Brody Hayes, Adam Cabot once again the front row, and into the Geico restart zone they go. Hayes gets a beautiful jump. Cabot spins the tires a little bit, and now it's dead even for second, and dead even for fourth as well between Baffert and Hatchell.
How about Ben Baffert turning up the heat after that dominating performance last week?
Another wreck. Ryan Shelton's up in the one. Yusuf Ghali is wrecked. Seems like it's been these two all night getting into incidents.
Yeah, the 99's had a rough go here. I don't think he's ever not had that front end damage.
Been a rough go for the 99 here tonight for the rookie Ryan Shelton.
Let's get back. And this is a track that's going to test you. It really is. On the restart, we're going to see probably a little tire spin. The outside line checks up. That's where Cabot is. So that might have something to do with it. There's tire spin with a 28, the 13 a week, or 7 a week lead.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Collins drives right underneath of him.
Let's go on board there with the 54.
Oh, it was such a long green flag run, and now the cautions are kind of piling in. That there, I think it's just guys running out of space there and not knowing there were 3 wide, and
It just happened so quickly.
Results in a wreck, yeah.
One more time here. I want to go on board the 13 because I want to see. Well, it's actually rather the 7. I'm used to SNR, but go on board with Caleb Weekly. We're going to see this restart from his point of view. You're going to see the 28. I think he spins the tires here. Something happens when he sends him 3 wide.
I think he missed the shift right there, going up from 3rd to 4th. It takes him 3, and then I don't think Shelton knew they were 3 wide, and then they get into each other there. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a hard hit there for Dennis Steele and Yusuf Ghali.
Well, while we're under caution, who should we pull up?
I think we talked to Brody Hayes.
I think we did talk to Brody Hayes. So I can get
This has been the shocker here tonight.
Brody Hayes, Alec Martinez, and Bradley Cooper in the VSPEED booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, buddy, you're throwing a wrench in Adam Cabot's plans here so far tonight. You seem like you got good long run speed. We're able to keep the lead here on these last few restarts. You think you got what it takes to hold off the 17 and get that first win of the season?
Yeah. I mean, apologies to Adam and the Adam Cabot 150, but no, it's nice leading some laps. I thought for sure them two were going to drive away from us when they got by me, but I was more or less saving my stuff, and they were able to use their stuff up, and I was able to drive back by them. We'll see what happens here after they got a long run under their belt and they can change the way they were driving. So I'm sure it'll change some things, but more or less happy to be leading, and hopefully I can keep those guys behind me.
Brody, Cabot's back there playing mind games in your mirror. I don't know if you realize that or not.
Yeah, I've been watching. I'm just happy he's letting me lead some laps, but no, I mean, in reality, I love Dover. This track's a lot of fun, and I'm okay if I'm a sleeper and nobody really thought I was going to be a threat to win this, but these Gen 4 cars, they're a blast to drive, so I'm okay throwing a wrench in his day. If he, it's okay. I'll take the celebration.
Hey, nothing like kicking off the NASCAR offseason. I know you guys had a long schedule. Nothing like kicking it off with a win in the league.
Yeah, that's we had a sour end of the year, but onwards and moving forward, and this is a good way to kick it off.
Yeah, watch out for Nick Sanchez next year. I know that's
sir.
your guy. So, well, we appreciate your time there, Brody, and go get him. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
All right, have a good one. Brody Hayes, your leader here. He'll be taking the inside lane, it sounds like. But yeah, no, Brody throwing a wrench in the press, and I've noticed Cabot just doesn't get a good restart on the outside.
No, and he slipped the tires on that last one, checked up the entire outside line. I'm interested to see, and unfortunately Baffert is on this outside, starting behind Cabot, but Baffert's really starting to show some speed as well.
We know how aggressive he is, too,
yeah.
So if he gets a chance, he'll
go 3 wide.
He's going, oh yeah, he will send it there, and don't count out Ben Baffert. He won last week. You give this guy a chance at the points. He's only 33 behind. I mean, for Jeff Rice standards, he's having a bad day. So, and Jeff only has a 2-point lead over Adam Cabot in that regular season championship. Man, it's going to mean a lot to win with how close the field's been this year. And of course, if Cabot and Wright get in some trouble, can't count on Eric Hutton either, who's had a solid, just like we said, Mr. Consistency, having another top 10 run, and that's what you need.
Yeah, we talked to him last week. He felt like it was an asterisk, but you keep finding yourself in the right places at the right time, you're going to come home with podiums. And so the 88 doing what he needs to do all season long.
Yeah. One of these cars at Rockingham.
Yep, double back up now. Get ready to go back green for the 4th time, I believe, here tonight. And the number 10 of Brody Hayes going to lead him into turn 1. You've got Cabot, Baffert, Banks, and Hatchell, the top 5. Green flag back underway. Big tire spin with the 17.
Massive stack up on the outside. Cabot somehow still going to get second. This big pack being a little bit crazy here, but now the top 2 settled in. 3. Oh, man. Almost contact for 3rd, but look at that. The top 4. No. Here comes Cabot to the inside of Hayes. Unable to get there. Hayes shuts the door on him side by side for 7th on the racetrack. Turner and Wright, but man, these top 8, look at that. They are all under a blanket here for the race lead. Cabot pumps her nose to the inside of Hayes. Banks right behind. Baffert right behind as well. Hayes gonna pinch the 17 down and try to hold on to that lead. Banks throws a block on Baffert. Baffert sends it to the inside. And Banks drifts up the racetrack.
Way up the racetrack for the 35.
Lead. And now side by side for third on the racetrack between Baffert and Banks.
And they almost have some contact there between Baffert. He sends it down into the corner. Banks just shoots it down in there behind Hayes. He rides the bumper out of 2.
Yeah, he's all over Brody Hayes. Hayes had to get out of the gas. That 10 was going around with how quick and how close. The 35 closed up onto the back bumper here. Off of turn 4, he'll lose the nose a little bit. Cabot opens up to about a 3/10 of a second lead. Hayes in second, Banks third. Baffert, Hatchell, Stravato, Turner, Wright, and Shieldhouse, as well as Ronis. Your top 10 here is down the backstretch here. They'll go. And about 10 laps from halfway in this Affinity for Gaming 150. And now the Magic Man himself up at the front.
Man, the speed they're carrying here, watching the truck race here on Monday, the incredible speed here, side by side for the 5th position.
He'll get it. Hatchell up to 5th. Oh, man, it got really loose up the corner.
I don't think he got it. He was getting it, but he got it now.
He got a little bit too much there, as now Stravato gets 5th away from Baffert. Baffert falls back to 6th. And this top 10 single filed out now.
So the action that you see on these restarts, it's everybody trying to get as much as they can out of the tires while they still have them. And now we all single file out.
Mode.
Yeah, go to save mode. Pray for a caution so you can have another opportunity, but outside of that, you just drive it until it stops.
Yeah. These restarts are going to be all you can get. Track position, track position, track position. Oh, Locklear up into the outside wall.
That was back in the 19th position. 97 was struggling on the first run that we had. It went green.
Yeah. There's Caleb Weekly looking to the outside there. Oh, man. Crossover there from Weekly into 7. Has to be easy there on the entry of the corner. Locklear keeps it going.
Locklear is struggling, so is Weekly sideways a little bit.
All these guys going at it. How about David Shieldhouse? He's up to 8th.
Yeah, what a recovery there for the 20. We got a little into the wall there out of 2 with a little brush. Now Bailey Turner going to peek to the inside, but I think the resiliency of this Gen 4 car and damage model will be fine.
That's a good little hit, though. That was a decent little hit. And look at Banks now looking to the inside of Hayes, but Hayes shuts the door on him.
Hard to keep up. These guys peak so fast, and the momentum here of the 1 mile, you have a short straightaway to peak that, and then it's right back to single file.
Across the Delaware, the Dover Downs Hotel down the backstretch. Always fun, you know, NASCAR comes there, you can go and watch it from the hotel. So that's going to be, you know, a little fun experience from the Delaware area. But, man, I'll tell you what, fun experience here watching these guys race at each other and go at it tooth and nail here, fighting for second as he's got 3 cars under Blaney. And it looks like Hayes has lost touch with the 17, but it makes you wonder, is the 17 saving as right now dives under the 23 of Ben Baffert, and here comes David Shieldhouse to follow in suit.
The Baffert not showing the speed that he showed at the start of this run.
I think he's doing the Ben Baffert hardcore save here.
Well, let's see. I mean, he's backing up the corners a little bit, letting these guys get to the inside, but track position so crucial here at Dover, and you see Shieldhouse kind of overshoot that entrance. It's gonna come down to who gets on and off pit road. I think if we go green, man, I tell you, Cabot's a master at that at this track, and it's a tough pit road.
It is indeed. I'll tell you what, man, there's a lot of, you know, jostling for position here. You can see Gary Sexton under fire from Chris Samard, Ray Massey right there as well. Alan Dice having himself a solid run inside the top 15.
And Dice was one of those cars that on the restart struggles a lot, but once we get going, it looks like Dice starts to pick up the positions. The 5 car started in the 28th position, so up considerably, 13 spots here tonight.
Looks like Bailey Turner going to get by Ben Baffert here. As Massey gets by Sexton here, and then Bailey Turner up to 8th. And Ray Massey, or excuse me, Ray Massey up to 13th. Still long.
I'm going to be honest with you, Alec. I'm going to be honest with you. I got apple pie sitting right in front of me, and I don't know what to do.
Apple pie. I think since we're about halfway through, why don't we go a little turn up the volume. Listen to these engines roar.
Let's do it. thank you for the birthday pie. I appreciate that, Alec.
No problem, no problem. Hope you enjoyed it. Could go for, I haven't had apple pie in a hot minute, I must say. And, yeah, good to always
Then you
hear
appreciated
these beasts roaring here at the Dover. Down.
Nothing beats the X-Pipe on these on these cars.
I wish we had the X-Pipe here on the Super Speedways, man. They sound. We'd race them all over the Super Speedway just to hear those sound of those race cars. But top three, man, they're still under a blanket here.
Yeah, less than 0.3 of a second as they come out of turn 4. And your pick, Joshua Banks, he's lurking. He's sitting back, calculating his moves. The dirty air, though, is that hurting the tires?
It might be, and it definitely is. If you're an out of cabin saving your stuff, you're in the best spot. You just got clean air. But you never know, if you can outsave the guys ahead of you, sometimes it works.
It's going to be tough to tell as this run progresses. If we can stay green, Locklear having some struggles again. Dallas Sullivan now to the inside after Locklear got loose. All three of these drivers have been struggling. You can see a little bit of damage on the 46 in contact.
A little rubbing there, a little trading the wrap even, and boy, still going at it. Oh, Weekly really loose off the corner. Locklear trying to save it as well. Man, they're still making contact at the entry of the corner.
And a crossover now for the 97.
Oh, he's got to be careful cutting the 97 off like that. He's going to do it. And Weekly up to 19. Locklear decked down to 20th there.
Locklear cut him a break there.
Definitely did.
So sliding all over the place. It's back here a little bit further. Max Cost under fire from Yusuf Ghali. Yusuf in the 54 is scored as 1 lap down.
Not the night he's been hoping for. It's going to hurt him a little bit in points. It's going to need a caution to reset, get some spots, get back on the lead lap here.
During the crank it up movement, we had the 77 of Chris Samard. He's running in the 12th position right in front of Ray Massey.
AJ Shervato going to get by Seth Hatchell.
Where are we at? Fourth position?
Yeah, don't count out the Italian Stallion either, man. That guy's got some speed. He had really good speed along there, I think, even with Banks that last time.
Well, he's got open air in front of him to catch up to these guys, and you see Cabot up there just trying to maintain what's going on. That's probably going to give an opportunity to the 33 to catch up.
I think if you're Hayes, man, you're kind of pressuring Cabot a little bit because Cabot can't go the full save that he wants to go because he's got Hayes breathing down his neck. And I think that is going to add an interesting element to this race. If you're Banks, kind of backing off where you are, kind of biding your time, wait for these guys to start racing, and then you pounce. I think that's how you got to treat it here, and just kind of wait a little bit.
Save what you got.
Save your tires, exactly. And we know Banks had good long run speed that last run, so he's doing what he needs to do, doing it right, saving his tires. I think he's got a shot here.
87 laps complete out of 150. Miles the Monster has claimed a few. We've got a couple drivers, Brett Baldick, Daniel Cunningham, both being scored 13 to 33 laps down. A guy that's struggling here tonight in 27th position, there is the 80 of Dennis Faircloth back in 27th. He'll be the last car, well, actually the second car a lap down. Yusuf Ghali, the first car a lap down. Last car on the lead lap. So the 97 having troubles again.
Yeah, and Massey just got by Samard for 12th, so the 32 car having another solid day here so far. And that Ben Baffert just got by Bailey Turner there.
I was looking at Dennis Steele. He's the last car on the lead lap. The battle for the lead spreading out a little bit.
Yeah, I think that the longer tires go, the more the clean air is going to matter for Cabot. But the pace he's going, we will have lap traffic, so it'll be interesting to see.
Patiently lurking back here. Yeah, we're riding on board with the 20. He's had an up and down night.
And his nights went from really far down to all the way up here. He's up to 6th. Gets by Jeff right here, right trying to cross more. I just don't think he's got the pace for it. Right tucks him behind it. Oh, we got trouble. Ryan Shelton is around on the front stretch again. And man, it has just not been a good night for Ryan Shelton. That's what Yusuf Ghali wanted to see. He'll get the lucky dog. Was he? Yeah, battling with the 97 of Jacob Locklear.
Locklear is one of those cars you kept mentioning that was getting loose, having problems. Maybe that's the case here out of 4.
Gets underneath of him.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, a little net code, a little bubble there, but that wiggles enough to send the 99 around. Watch it one more time for the blimp.
Yeah, let's see. Come here, get loose. They both get loose, and then Walker gets a little bit more loose and kind of fishtails, hits the 99, and the 99 goes around to the inside wall. But most importantly, pit stops here, which will, I think you still won't be able to make it all the way. So this will be interesting to see.
Yeah, they're going to be about 4 laps short, I think.
A lot. Cabot put a whole lot on pit road. Put about a half a car length, maybe to a car length. After 42 laps on the tires, I don't think anybody's going to take 2. So, interesting here.
Massey looks like he might have.
I don't know. A good stop out of Banks.
He's
Really
gonna
good
win
stop out of
second
Banks.
out
He's
of-
going to get
yeah.
second. You know,
Gets ahead of
I
Brody.
like the play by Brody. We talked about that outside lane having some issues. Brody went and gave up the spot to Banks. Let him have the outside. And now Banks, or excuse me, Brody's going to be rolling off 3rd behind the leader. Smart tactical play there.
You think
I
that's
like
the play?
I think
Or
that
was
might
that
have been
just
a
a-
reason.
Okay. I mean, he was, yeah, I mean, as far as pit stop goes, he was in and out.
Good to see Daniel Cunningham. He's back on the racetrack. I know he's 46 laps. Actually, every car is still on the racetrack. Except Jeremiah Vincent, I believe.
Jeremiah Vincent off the racetrack.
Yeah.
It was a 41 of Nathaniel Ostrowski.
Ryan
Some
Shelton.
damage being repaired there for Ryan Shelton. I think they've replaced the front clip on that machine 3 times tonight.
I wouldn't be surprised, I'll tell you what.
So what's the play here? I mean, you think that the Lieutenant Hayes let that 35 go in front of him so he can start on the inside?
I think so. He's going to be kicking himself if Banks gets a really good restart and pulls away and gets the lead from Cabot. I think that's going to be. I'm curious to see if I think Hayes has been a really, really good car. I really do. But I think Cabot and Banks have been right there with him. We haven't seen Banks get up to the lead. If he can get the lead away from Adam Cabot here, what will that do?
Well, I think it continues the pressure that he's been putting on him all race long.
Hey, should we pull up the Magic Man?
Yeah, let's see.
Let's pull up the old Magic Man here. Let's see. Adam Cabot, Alec Martinez, Bradley Cooper in the VSPEED booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Oh, you don't sound too happy, and I'm assuming that's because we pulled you in. You look like you
Alec-
have really good speed.
Yeah, this is my worst nightmare though. A fuel mileage race at Dover. This is truly
Oh!
this is truly what nightmares are made of.
So caution, you're happy then.
I guess, yeah, that'd probably be the safest thing, like a caution, like 5-10 laps from now, or even just a couple laps from now. Which apparently nobody can restart this race, so I would say the odds of that are pretty high. So, yeah, I mean, clearly you've got the pace. I was shocked to get the pole, 'cause believe it or not, I think this is my first ever pole at Dover. I always have long run speed, but never have short run speed. But now it's like reverse, because clearly these guys are, keeping up with me on the long run, and Brody is really fast. Banks is fast. So, I don't know. It's not a walk in the park this time. I don't think I'm going to go out there and win by 18 seconds, but, if nothing crazy happens, it's going to be, they're going to have to pry this lead out of my cold, dead hands.
All right, well, we appreciate your time, Adam. Good luck and go get him.
Thank you, and happy Dover Day, Alec.
Thank you. Happy Dover Day to you as well. Tell Adam Cabot, big Dover fan.
Yeah.
From New Jersey, so not too far away. Martin Truex from New Jersey. He considers Dover one of his home tracks. I don't know, Martin Truex is like 4 home tracks. But nonetheless, I think still, it's close. Dover's not too far away. But Adam Cabot got the lead. He has control. But can Banks use that outside lane that's been struggling all night? Pace truck has pulled off into pit lane and into the Geico restart zone. They will go. Cabot, Banks, side by side. Green flag back in the air. Spinning the tires for 4th. Side by side for 2nd here. Looks like Shivado to get back in line, but now it's a dogfight for 2nd. And this mid-pack all over each other.
He's in the inside, gonna get the position. Now back side by side with 5th place. You see Shieldhouse stuck on the outside with Ben Baffert. Looks like Baffert's
want to be stuck.
loose there for Jeff Wright. He's going to lose a spot. Everybody taking the outside.
Fuel mileage race from what you heard from Adam Cabot. Who's going to be able to save fuel here? And does this mean, oh, Banks underneath Hayes. Almost gets it. Oh, Shieldhouse slams the outside wall.
That was a hard lick there for the 20. Big damage there on the right front.
The 20. That was a big hit. And he's going to get back going, but that's going to hurt the performance and the aerodynamics of that race car, no doubt. As this battle for fifth, Jeff Wright gets it from Hatchell. And we talk about it. If they're saving fuel, maybe Bailey Turner, we know how good Bailey is at saving fuel. Can he maybe steal this one away? And look at this, side by side for second. Banks gets second from Hayes, and oh, we got trouble. Contact, and it's Yusuf Ghali around. And another caution on the racetrack, I believe our 7th of the evening.
The 3 lead changes, sixth caution. You were close. That was close. Oh, man. I tell you what, Yusuf Ghali. I think Yusuf Ghali and the 99 of Shelton have been like
at least every caution.
Yeah, at least 2/3 of our replays here. Let's go back and find out. There's Ostrowski all over the back bumper. He gets help
there. Oh, man, that might do it there for the 54. Another hard hit to that right front suspension. And yeah, I think Ostrowski just got in the gas a little bit too soon. We see how much damage that Yusuf has, so you know that car's not driving at 100%. And see, get on board here with Nathan Ostrowski. You can see he just comes out of the gas. 41 doesn't come out of the gas there, and you can see him go off and into the outside wall. And another caution. And interesting, mixed decisions. Bailey Turner brought it in. David Shieldhouse brought it in. I know he's got damage. Sexton, Samard, bold call from Turner, but topping off here should get him all the way to the rest of the race on fuel.
So half the field in, half the field out.
Interesting.
Hopping off. I think that's actually the call here because we talking about Cabot was just talking about the fuel run. He wanted that caution. He didn't take advantage of it.
Interesting. Dice, I think, only took fuel only, but interesting. Now, what Bailey can't have happen is we get 10, 15 laps, wreck, caution happens.
Yeah. Then these guys look like geniuses.
Yeah. And they're going to pay Bailey Turner and a few of these guys took 4 tires, so they're going to be down on a set of tires, number one, and then I think they're going to have to use their last set. Well, these guys will still have one more in the bank.
There's going to be a lot
of this thing. 50 to go.
There's going to be a lot left to settle here, and I think that with what Banks and Cabot battling back and forth, Brody Hayes, the top 3 has been right on top of each other. They're kind of committed to pitting with each other. And
I think that's a smart idea.
Yeah, and everyone behind them, probably back to about 12th, is on that same page because they know that if they want to stay up here in the top 10, they're going to have to pit with this top 3.
Yeah, boy, did this shift the top 15 around because you got Massey, who's now in 10th, Hutton's up to 9th, Kevin McGarvey's in 11th, Locklear's up in 12th, so those are the Locklear being the last car that didn't pit, and might I point out the leaders will have 7 lap fresher, or the guys that pitted will have 7 lap fresher tires. I'd say more like 4 or 5 green flag lap tires, so interesting little calls. Interesting pit calls is going to be less than 50 to go here. This is going to be very interesting. Can these guys make it on fuel if we go green?
I think the guys that just pit will be okay.
They're going to be fine, but
another caution, maybe this guy's in the top 12 can make it with the coasting around.
It's tough. It's tough. Really tough. See what you're going to be going. 58, 59 laps on tank of fuel here. Got some caution laps to kind of go with it. So it's going to be close. It should help them, but I think that they get one more, like a quick restart, one more caution, they should be good.
All right, well, Adam Cabot going to lead him into turn 1. Lights are going to go out on the pace truck this time by watching the Affinity for Gaming 150 at Dover. We call it International Speedway, Motor Speedway.
It's Dover Motor Speedway now because I think SMI bought it.
It's got 100 different names, but nonetheless, it's still the concrete surface from 1995. Renovation, revamp.
Who won that race in 95? Was it
I believe it was
Gordon?
Was it Gordon? I don't know. Here's an interesting stats for you.
Tell me.
So this has the most
That's
extreme
okay.
banking of NASCAR. 24 degrees.
Really? I thought Talladega had it.
Well, Talladega, as far as super speedways, yes, but as far as mile tracks,
Do you consider, mile tracks? Okay, yeah, that is true.
and the next statistic I got for you.
All right.
First time winners, a lot of winners that won during the season also went on to win the championship.
Interesting. Got a good start from Stafford. Kyle Petty won the first race.
Correct.
Yeah, as the pace truck has pulled off. Cabot, Banks. Can Banks get that outside rolling? A little bit better, but not as good. And actually, everybody spins the tires. Stack up middle of the pack. Everybody keeps it going, but now it's still another dead even race for second. Banks should be able to roll momentum here off of 2.
He's going to hold the position. They're still going at it, though, and behind him there with the aid of Hatchell.
Hatchell right going at it. Servato found a way to get up to the inside of Hayes, but Hayes will cut down, shut the door on the 33. But look at Seth Hatchell making that second groove work. You haven't really seen it work all day. As look at this, Hayes kind of backing himself up. I don't think he wants to lose any of these positions here. As you can see on the inside is AJ Servato loses the nose there when he gets behind the 10. And now Hatchell on his outside, side force and down force, all getting taken away there. That car driving at its worst.
Hayes struggling. He's starting to fall back to the clutches of this bottom half of the top 5. Running in the 3rd spot. And, man, is it tight off of 2.
Right.
They get the position. Little blink there from right.
Look at that. Look at Bailey Turner. He's up to 8th. Oh, big
Servato.
moment for the 33. Oh, my goodness. Big moment for the 33. A heck of a save for the Pride Hunt Care Chevrolet of AJ Servato. This Italian stallion wheeling and dealing. As right now trying to get Black Brody Hayes on the super save mode. Maybe even trying to save some fuel. As Bailey Turner, who we think is going to be on the end, going to be able to make it to the end, he's up to 8th.
These guys trading position back and forth for 5th. They can't decide. Hatchell working the high line better than anyone we've seen tonight, but now falling back in line. They're back a little bit further in the field. We've got some battles on back through. Dallas Sullivan, Max Cost. Yeah, this is a whole gaggle of cars. Shieldhouse in here.
Right there. Got Faircloth, a lot of guys, a lot of gaggle of race cars right here. A big gaggle of race cars, I should say.
Yeah, 19th through about 23rd.
Oh, Hayes under pressure. Gonna get passed by Wright. Might even lose another position to Servato. They bounce off of each other. Oh, and Servato turns him. Hayes goes around, and he saves it. Bailey Turner gets position, and Servato slams into the pit wall. And a big hit for AJ Servato. And a caution comes out. And 2 fast race cars caught up in another incident here at Dover. And now the 7th caution on the racetrack falls with a big hit for AJ Servato.
That's going to do it for the 33. That hit on the inside retaining wall pit road is not the place to... That's done.
Yeah, that was just 2 guys meeting there in the middle, and then, Bailey turned out a heck of a wreck avoidance, and then, oh my goodness, smacks the pit barrels there. And right now underneath Hayes, I don't think Hayes was willing to give up. They bounce off each other.
We'll back that up a little bit more.
Going to turn 3, yeah. And I think that's just 2 guys racing each other hard.
Wow.
Meeting in the middle, and oh my goodness. Hard hit there.
Let's back it up a little bit more here.
Yeah. So everybody bringing it down pit lane. Just going to shift this race into a... What do you think? Adam Cabot, not too happy. Yeah, and you can see Hayes lets him go. And then right here, they kind of, right there, they bounce off each other on the exit. And that's just good hard racing. Going into 3, he tries to kind of cut him off there, and Servato sending it in there. Just a racing deal, and oh my goodness. Nailed that pit wall. And I'll tell you what, though. Race just flipped on its head. Top 7, stayed out. And Bailey Turner has the lead now. And now Adam Cabot has been shuffled back to 7th, or excuse me, 8th. Got Wright, Hatchell, Hayes now. So this is going to be interesting with less than 40 to go. Bailey Turner now has the he has the reins. He has the clean air. How about Caleb Weekly in 2nd?
You got Gary Sexton up there in the top 5. He's going to be running 3rd or 4th position. I think him and Chris Samard can't quite decide right now, but Dennis Steele in 5th. I mean, the cautions, breeding cautions, this top 10
Yes,
could
sir,
stay
indeed.
out. They could finish
This is
this
gonna be
race out.
interesting. And another heartbreak there for AJ Stravado. Another season where it just hasn't gone his way lately. Needed some good runs because in points, he's in 8th. A couple of points above the cut line there, but going to lose a lot today.
Go out on the racetrack with the 33. We still have all 29 cars that started this race as well, Alec.
That is true. I don't know if the 33 car is going to be able to continue after that hit. Oh, no, it is.
He's back out there.
Oh, it's pit barrels, I guess. Pit barrels don't, The suspension is definitely bent.
Oh, it's going to be tracking all over the place, but if you can salvage this day, like you said, the points are so important here when we
How
hit the
tight
chase
this
time.
league has been. I mean,
You got to go out there. You can't afford it.
and like Adam Cabot said, he's going to have to earn this one. And right now, he's going to have to earn it more maybe than any Dover win he's ever gotten. And Bailey Turner, we talked about him being a guy of fuel mileage. And I was like, now it doesn't matter because they can make it all the way to the end. But now he's got track position. So, and we talk about guys that haven't been up here. How about Caleb Weekly in 2nd? Chris Samard up in 3rd. And Gary Sexton 4th. Dennis Steele's in 5th. Dallas Sullivan. Nick Starling 6th and 7th. I mean, these are guys we haven't seen up here. Trying to get some points. It's going to help. But man, oh man, is this going to be a hectic restart. We might see an incident.
Yeah, and you got to look at the tire spin. These tires are about 10 laps old. They did run about 10 of those under green. You're going to have fresh ones and some hungry drivers behind them from about 8th place on back. Adam Cabot and the number 17. Going to restart on the outside. You've got Bailey Turner, Caleb Weekly on the front row, getting ready to take the green for the 8th time today. About 40 miles left in this race.
It'll be interesting here. 39 laps to go when they cross the line. Turner, Weekly, the front row here at Dover. Into the Geico restart zone they go. Off and away. Oh, Weekly spins the tires.
And 3 wide there in the one.
Field. Everybody gets through right. Gonna have to thread the needle between Baffert and Steele, but Baffert gonna have to check up for Sullivan. And now they're gonna get 3 wide out the corner. Baffert into the wall. And now look at this. Contact. Trouble on the backstretch. Sexton into the wall. Sexton up and oh my goodness, Brody Hayes head on into the outside wall. And a hard hit for Brody Hayes. And a race-ending crash for the 10. And like we said, it was only going to get crazy with all those drivers staying out. Smoke billowing out of the 10 car.
You see the check up there with the 7.
28 to 94 gives space, 28 gives space, but all these guys with fresher tires trying to get around. Then back here you got Banks, you got Hayes, and then I believe Sexton and Weekly make contact. Nobody checks up.
What happened there? Hayes got thrown.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Looks like he bounced off of Banks.
Yeah, but it threw that car almost like the front tires locked up, like they didn't exist.
Weird, huh? I don't know. Trying to get
Watch this
away from Starling here. Oh, Banks gets into the side of him.
Oh, and there's spare cloth out. Some big damage as well.
Big damage to the 80.
Yeah, that's, man. I mean, they sent it in there side by side. I thought there was enough room, but Banks just up a little bit higher, maybe avoiding what happened with Sexton.
It's so fast, so quick. So many things that that happen there.
Let's ride on board here with the it's number 80, Dennis Faircloth.
Faircloth's gonna get a face full of Brody Hayes. Oh,
Nowhere to go.
not bad. But, you know, he didn't get too much. I mean, he got a lot of damage, but he got some.
That's, I mean, that cautions and cautions and cautions. That's what happens.
And Adam Cabot worked his way up to third.
Daddy Caution loves a mommy caution. They make a lot of little baby cautions, and that's what it's been here tonight.
Right you are there. Can't say I've heard that one. I can't say I've heard that analogy before, but that one is pretty good.
Well, Bailey Turner looks like a genius right now, staying out, and these guys push it a little bit further.
I don't know, man. He's got the Magic Man going to be restarting behind him here. He's going to be. It's going to be an interesting fight, but Cabot's got speed. Brody Hayes has been wrecked out, and Banks is back in 13th. So
was it all coming together for the 17th?
It is. They don't call him the Magic Man for nothing.
Well, David Blaine going to work his magic here and put it back together, and I think Bailey's going to put up a fight. Samard on the outside. Hard to judge this restart. You've seen everybody on the outside from even the 10 here tonight. Brody Hayes starting on the outside, had some problems. Cabot had some problems. Jeff Wright was on the outside, I believe, at one point. You just saw the 7 of Weekly completely spin the tires there. Going to be tough. Samard's got his work cut out for him.
He does. He's got to hold off a lot of hungry cars.
Do we have enough time here maybe to grab someone?
Should we grab Bailey?
Grab Bailey.
Let's grab Bailey. He's talking on the radio right now. Give me a second. He's going to choose his line, and then we'll pull him up real quick. I think he's got the bot. Bailey Turner, Alec Martinez, Bradley Cooper in the VSPEED booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, buddy, it's not looking too bad for the Bailey Turner camp so far. Got the lead, leading some laps. Do you think you have anything to hold off the guys behind you?
No, I don't.
We like it.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I think just hoping to run and get a few laps here. If we can get the tires to wear just a little bit, I'll come down and put my last set on. I couldn't pit there when that caution came out. I thought, we'd get some green flag racing in this league tonight, but we're starting to look like other leagues out here. But unfortunately, pit strategy didn't work out. I thought, pitting there and running this thing green to the end, I'd have more fuel than everybody and wouldn't have to pace myself, but that didn't work out. So, yeah, plan B, just going to try to maintain track position as much as possible and kind of see what happens.
All right, well, go get him, Billy. Good luck.
Thanks.
Turner, the leader.
Well, let's see if the birthday wishes come true. I picked the 17.
Let's see. This is going to be interesting. Bailey on the outside
with Bailey.
Seth Hatchelman got a chance.
Yep.
All right, pace truck's off. Turner, Samard, front row, Hatchell, Cabot behind. Cabot lagging back quite a few car lengths. Not sure they're going to like that. Into the Geico restart zone they go. Green flag back on the air. Inside line doesn't actually get going. Thought we would see. Now it's side by side between Hatchell and Samard. The VSPEED team. Oh, there's trouble mid-pack. Weekly saves it. Heck of a save, but it's going to bottle up the rest of the field in mid-pack. Oh, Dallas Sullivan up to the outside wall. Outpost 4 wide into turn number 3. Everybody gets it back going. Still
looking at this 3 wide here.
And Starling gonna have to give up both of those positions. Turner with the lead.
Three laps to go. Dennis Steele really loose there off of 2. Almost gets up into Joshua Banks for 10th.
Interesting to see. Look at this up at the front. Bailey Turner still holding on to that clean air. But here comes, trouble. Aaron Kite goes around to the front stretch. Slams to the inside wall. And now still spinning. And a caution comes out again. And that Mr. Consistency's streak of top 10s is going to come to an end. Smoke out of the number 88 car and probably raced over for Eric Hutton. Interesting. You're battling with Nick Starling. Let's see. Racing here. 88 gets loose, bounces up in the 94.
So he got loose. He came up into the 94 there.
Hard hit.
One more time, we'll go on board.
All right, see, going here on the inside, you'll hear him have to come out of the gas. He'll just drift up back in, slides, has to counter it. And they bounce off each other. And then, oh, hard hit.
So that's going to do it there for the 88 of Eric Hutton and a long streak of consistent finishes. But the more these cautions come out, the better and better Bailey Turner's chances. You saw the 77
Dude,
Samard.
I'm loving where Bailey's at. I mean, you got him. He's going to probably restart outside. Now you can restart and pin Hatchell and Cabot behind you, but you'll get Jeff Wright behind you. So
that was a trade. I would take Jeff Wright. I would take Jeff Wright behind me. Jeff has shown glimpses of speed, but I don't think he has the Cabot speed to pass me in the long run. If Bailey can maintain and get ahead of the 8 into 1, I think he can hold it.
I think Jeff's got great short run speed, so there's a chance. But I think long run speed, the 48 doesn't have the speed that maybe the 8 and the 17 have, or the 23. So I'm interested to see. And how about Angelo Ronis up to 6th? Solid night so far for the 29. Quiet.
And Caleb Weekly with that save, maintaining the top 10, that was incredible as well. With the heavy right front damage, he's had a rough day. We've seen a lot of these drivers try to overcome rough starts to this race. Caleb was one of those drivers as well.
Interesting. Yeah, they're having good runs here. I know it's gonna. I don't know if they're gonna be able to hold on to top 10s, but they got a chance here.
Yeah, and
30 to go.
With the cautions, it could.
And they
can have another situation where these guys come down pit road. Bailey was talking about that.
Still going to do another 2 pace laps, so yeah. How about we'll get one more word from our sponsors here before we go back green. We'll be right back for the restart here. 29 laps to go in the Affinity for Gaming 150. Bailey Turner, your leader.
Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader. Known as the nurturing reader at New Jersey street fairs, you can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today.
Alright, back live here for the Affinity for Gaming 150 here to restart with 27 laps to go on the racetrack. Bailey Turner with the oldest tires so far in the top 5, your leader. Seth Hatchell on the inside on the front row. Pace car pulls into pit, or pace truck pulls into pit lane. And into the Geico restart zone they go. Oh, Turner spins the tires. Hatchell gets going and the inside line prevails. Hatchell gets to the lead. But Cabot looking down to the inside.
On Cabot loose there into 1 and 2. He's got Baffert all over the back bumper.
Take him 3 if he gets a chance. No, he's going to stay off.
Oh, 46.
Oh, trouble! Dallas Sullivan on the inside wall. No caution. And we stay green.
I think he's going to bring it out here.
No, there's no cars coming by. They stay green up at the front. Hatchell pulling away. 2 rows of side by side between Adam Cabot and Bailey Turner. Turner not going to let him go easy. Now pinching the 17 car. Both teammates.
Contact.
Contact. Turner up into the outside wall. Baffert takes a 3 wide with contact with Wright. 3 wide up to the middle comes Wright. Baffert on the inside lane trying to hold off. Turner crosses him back over with a monster run. He'll take Baffert 3 wide into 1. And Wright gonna drift up the racetrack, but should be able to prevail with momentum on the outside lane. He will. Now loose up the corner. Baffert has to tuck in line. And Turner dropping back, might lose another spot to Angelo Ronis. Oh, and we got trouble. Oh, big wreck on the front stretch. Half the field involved.
Servato in that as well. Sexton.
Yeah, Sexton involved. Ostrowski, McGarvey, Stravato's in it. Golly's in it. Steele and whoa, a little more contact there. Oh, I think Chris Samard was also involved. A big incident here.
We're gonna need a blimp camera to see this one.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, see 3 wide. They got Dennis Faircloth on the outside. McGarvey gets help, and look at that, just stacking up on the front. Oh my goodness, Stravato almost upside down. And look at all these cars. Cost also involved. I mean, that's 7, 8 cars involved. And now, what does this do for the rest of the field? Yeah, Sexton just misjudges it. Spins the 0-0 around. That is a classic Dover wreck.
I think the 0-0 gets back on the throttle.
Oh,
slides
look at
up
this. Seth Hatchell. No, a couple cars. Bailey Turner going to bring it in pit lane, actually. Caleb Weekly and everybody else stays out. A couple more cars come in, so sorry to cut off the replay there, but I saw something interesting. I thought Hatchell and Cabot were going to bring it in, but they faked out. So a whole lot of cars going to bring it in.
I was just going to say the 0-0 looked like maybe he got to the throttle there in 4 and slid up in front of Sexton and then had to lift from getting loose.
Another possibility there, for sure.
It's hard to tell there from the angles we had, but go back and watch it maybe one more time.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Let's back it up a little bit further. We'll find it eventually.
Yeah. See here, you got guys going 3 wide here with Dennis. I think Dennis actually on the lap, so I think it's just run a different line there, and then Garvey kind of slides up. Sexton really wasn't, I don't think, expecting that, and look at this, everybody piles in.
Going forward with a 13 here. We went back pretty far this time, but you can see the run. They're going to come off of 4. I just want to see the 0-0 look like he slid up in front of Sexton as he was lifting to try to save it.
Yeah, it's close. I mean, I think it's a racing deal misjudgment there. Yeah, he has to come out of the gas right there. Yeah, I don't think Sexton really had anywhere to go. He said, I think it's more of a racing deal than anything.
Yeah. That's going to do it for the 13 to Gary Sexton. Eric Hutton out of the race. Brody Hayes out as well. Brett Baldick still trying to put some laps down. 4 laps down. Jeremiah Vincent a lap down. Max Cost back on the lead lap.
Well, Jeremiah, he was 3 laps down, and now 1 lap down, 1 more caution. He's back in this thing, getting some spots.
What do we got going on in front of these guys?
Some golly, yeah. I don't know.
I heard some contact. It sounded like the 46 got into somebody.
Maybe I didn't really hear anything. Didn't see anything.
I heard something here. I heard somebody hitting something.
Let's see. Was it the cone?
Maybe?
No. I don't know.
Maybe an engine pop down on pit road.
Yeah, that is possible.
Yeah.
All right, interesting to see here. Looks like Hatcher going to be taking the inside lane here. We're restarting with 20 laps to go in this race. Bailey Turner, Caleb Weekly, first 2 cars with fresher tires. Will they have a say in this race before we get it all over with here?
Well, have you seen the restarts on the outside for Cabot today? Not the greatest. Anybody that's not the leader on these restarts seems to suffer.
Yeah.
It's tough to get
Cabot's
the help
going to have to earn
hook
this
up.
one, that's for sure.
All right,
20
so
lap
Seth
fresher tires.
Hatchell. Yeah, Seth Hatchell, Adam Cabot, Ben Baffert, Jeff Wright, Angelo Hurones, the top 5. Joshua Banks, Ray Massey, Nick Starling, Ryan Shelton, and David Shieldhouse back up in the top 10 after the up and down roller coaster he's been on.
Not been too bad of a night. I mean, he got wrecked under caution, came back, hit the wall, came back. I mean, he's had a night. It's going to be interesting to see here.
Somebody paint a boomerang on the
front
hood
row?
of that car, to be honest.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, that car's been back and forth all night as the pace truck will pull off into pit lane. And it's Seth Hatchell and the Magic Man, Adam Cabot, 2-time champion versus the 1-time champion. Into the Geico restart zone. Hatchell onto the gas. We're back underway. Cabot doesn't get going. Still spinning the tires for the 17, and Baffert almost into him. And he might lose his position to right, and he will.
That's 3 times now we've seen the 17 struggle in these restarts. He falls back to 3rd, has Baffert all over the back bumper.
Oh,
and at
Lachlan
97.
Lachlan to the outside wall, no caution. No caution for either of them. Fairclough not happy, as now it's between Jeff Wright and Seth Hatchell for the win. Here is Cabot landing back with Baffert in 4th, Cabot in 3rd. The top 2 about a half a second away from the 17. And Hatchell's going to have to fight for his life here. He's going to have to drive 17 more perfect laps here from Dover. Oh, man, one car loose on the front straightaway. Oh, it's Shieldhouse. Shieldhouse is around. And the bad race gets worse. Oh, got loose in front of Bailey Turner there. That was a scary moment for Bailey. Good save there from David Shieldhouse with the lead up at the front. Seth Hatchell and Jeff Wright up for the lead. Shieldhouse about a half a lap behind now. Cabot and Baffert about to go at it for 3rd. Cabot is saving his tires. He's going to have 15 laps to go and pursue the leaders. Bailey Turner with the freshest tires in the field, going to get by Nick Starling for 8th. Does Turner have something to say?
I don't know. It's going to be close. He's going to fight a lot of cars in front of him here. Fresh tires or not, that's tough.
He's got a long way to go. He's got 7 more cars, actually 6 more cars in between he and the leader, Seth Hatchell. Banks trying to find a way around Ronas. Cam and Alan Angelo Ronas in the top 5. Hatchell starting to pull about a 2-3 car length lead over Jeff Wright. Wright has pulled about a 4 car length lead over Adam Cabot, and Ben Baffert tucked up behind the 17 of Adam Cabot, and the top 5 separated by 1.1 seconds on the racetrack. Oh, Shelton in the wall. And how about Ryan Shelton in 9th after the race he's had?
I think he's been involved in 6 of the 8 cautions, 9 cautions we've had here tonight.
Wow.
It's finally coming back together for him, though. We've got the top 10 kind of turned on its head right now. Adam Cabot back in 3rd, and they were worried about the fuel mileage race. Well, that's completely out of the window. Not anymore.
And how about this for the 2-time champion? Hasn't shown up to all the races here this season. Isn't having the greatest of point seasons as well. But boy, oh boy, could this turn his season around. He's 29th in points. He's trailing by about 100 behind the 12th place points finisher, Jeremiah Vincent, who is currently running 23rd. Hatchell, coming to 10 laps to go. He's opened up a half a second lead, and he's pulling away.
Jeff Wright falling back to Adam Cabot a little bit here. That's that short run. 10 laps to go, and it looks like Cabot's starting to put the heat up.
Wright had it, but now he's had that short run car, but now he just doesn't have the run car that goes better on the long run. He starts to fall off. Cabot trying to find every which way around his teammate Jeff Wright. 10 laps to go. Cabot looks down to the inside of Wright into turn 3. Wright gives the position up to Cabot, and now he'll battle Baffert here. And here comes Bailey Turner on 20-lap pressure tires behind Banks, behind Ronis, gets underneath Ronis, gets by Ronis here into turn number 1. Turner not out of this race yet, into 6, but does he have enough time?
He might. He's looking like he's got the speed here. He's about even with the leader, Seth Hatchell.
He's got to get quick.
Yep, he's got to get around the 35.
He's got to make it quick. We know Banks isn't going to make this an easy pass. No, actually he will. Turner up into 5th. Now 1.7 seconds behind the leader. But can Cabot run down the 2-time champion, Seth Hatchell, who is walking the dog right now at about a 7/10 of a second lead over the Magic Man in his own wheelhouse. Who would have expected Adam Cabot to get beat by Seth Hatchell tonight? A little bit of an underdog, but don't ever count out the 2-time champion. Jeff Wright drips at the racetrack and into the outside wall.
Jeff Wright loses 3 spots, almost into Horonis there on the exit of 2. 29 gets back in line in 7th. Ben Baffert under fire here from the 24. Bailey Turner for a podium finish.
Yeah, Bailey is fast. He's got those fresher tires. If a caution comes out, he might get the lead, but will everybody else pit? Turner now having to work over Ben Baffert. He doesn't want to wreck him because we know the consequences that might be. Gets right on the back bumper of the Dodge 23. He just can't do it. Now he'll have to win another set of corners. Turner clean out to the outside. Baffert gonna have to force him the long way around. Won't be able to do it. Turner with the diamond doesn't get the drive off. Can't do it. Now 6 laps to go here at Dover. Turner dives down to the inside. Baffert shuts the door. Cabot starting to reel in Hatchell a little bit more, but does he have enough? Coming to 5 laps to go, Now coming to 4. Does Cabot have anything? As Turner still trying to find a way around the 23 of Baffert.
He's all over the back bumper. He might have to move him out of the way.
Not these cars.
I wouldn't want to, but he might have to.
He's got to be careful. If he gets into him too hard, he's going to spin the 23 around. He might have a chance here. Baffert is one tough customer. He's not going to let him go easy, and Turner's going to get a little bit fed up with him. And I know Seth Hatchell does not want to see a caution. As here comes Turner to the inside of Baffert. Has a chance. Won't be able to do it. Baffert going to shut the door on Turner. But Baffert misses the apex. This allows Turner to get underneath of him. 3 laps to go. Turner to the inside. Has to get out of it. Almost make contact off of 2. Turner goes down, avoids the 23, but now the 24 is to the inside. Can he get the spot back? Lap car with Yusuf Ghali going to be in the way. Oh, they're going to door bang there off of turn number 4. Lap car going to get out of the way, hopefully, with Yusuf Ghali. He will. Turner now down to the inside. Slide job into the corner. He'll get the spot, but a lap and a half to go. The 2-time champion ahead of Mr. Dover himself, Seth Hatchell. Coming to turn 3, he'll see the white flag this time by the 2-time champion, looking for his first win on the season. White flag, 1 more lap to go for the Monster Mile. Cabot hits the wall. That might do it for the 17. Cabot, the Magic Man, might not have enough magic anymore. A half a lap to go, and off of turn 2, and into underneath the Ally Bridge for the final time. The 2-time champion is back where he belongs. Seth Hatchell through 3 and 4. He'll come off of turn number 4, and Seth Hatchell will get his first win of the season, and it comes at Dover. And how about that for Seth Hatchell, the Team VSPEED driver, getting his first win of the season, and I believe our 7th different winner in 9 races. How about that, Seth?
That shows how competitive BTDY is. And when we think we know who's going to win where,
you never know, man.
You never know.
Racing is unpredictable there. And Seth Hatchell leads 28 laps, starts 7th. And he'll burn it down on the front stretch. He was a big Jimmy Johnson fan, and like we mentioned earlier, Jimmy Johnson, one of those drivers who, when you came to Dover, you knew you had to go through the 48 team. But tonight, everything was Adam Cabot seen in his grasp, and it slipped out, and allowing the 8 car of Seth Hatchell to bring it home a winner for the first time this season. This 2-time champion might be back. As he finally gets that win, and it's going to help him tremendously in the chance for the chase of the BTDY Cup. And how about that? Seth Hatchell, your winner. Adam Cabot second, and Bailey Turner was able to get by Ben Baffert for third. Stick around for post-race interviews. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break to talk to the top 3.
Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader. Known as the nurturing reader at New Jersey street fairs, you can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today.
All right, back live here for the Affinity for Gaming 150 after the conclusion of 150 miles and 150 laps. Race winner Seth Hatchell here tonight. But before we get to him in victory lane, how about we send it down to pit road to Bradley Cooper, who's standing by with third place finisher Bailey Turner.
Yellow.
Hey, Bailey, and man, I tell you, the fresh tires, they looked hot, but you had some struggles getting around some of that traffic, and it just wasn't enough time. You talked about it there in the caution that you might come down pit road, but it looked like maybe a little bit too late.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, had to get off cycle there, and then the cautions just kept coming, and I was like, I want to pit, but just not enough time on their tires to kind of make a difference. So kind of waited, and then just absolutely butchered a restart there on the top. I was trying to time it up with Seth to kind of let him kind of get a little bit ahead, and then I was going to jump it, and then I just put the throttle down a little too hard, and luckily Jeff was smart enough not to run me over there, so appreciate that. Sorry I messed him up there on that restart, and then yeah, coming on through the field there, that was pretty fun. Kind of feels like Superman when you're on fresh tires versus everybody else, but yeah, I didn't really have any trouble with anybody getting through the field. It was one car in particular, but at the end you're kind of racing for a top 3 there, so it is what it is. But yeah, it was fun racing. Glad we kept that clean and didn't end up wadding them up there. And just, I wish I had some more time to catch Adam and Seth. But yeah, just ran out of time. I was about 3/10 faster a lap there at the end. So that was pretty frustrating. But, I feel like I was probably anywhere from a top 5 or 5th to 10th car. I was just trying to bide my time and save tires. But we just couldn't keep it clean there, unfortunately, and never got that long run after that initial start. So unfortunate, but I'm glad to bring it home P3.
Yeah, once you cleared the 23 at Baffert, you were a 24.189 as opposed to Adam Cabot's 24.5 and a 24.4. So you were definitely faster than the leaders, just a matter of laps left. And I mean, you bring it home on the podium. It's still a respectable finish here. And Miles the Monster wasn't able to claim the 24 here tonight. Bailey, do you have anybody you'd like to shout out for tonight's performance?
Yeah, just teammates over there at Sad Boys, AJ, Eric, Jeff. Appreciate all the help they were doing tonight. Brett Baldeck for hopping in there with us and chatting and kind of learning the ropes a little bit. So that was fun to kind of help him out there. And yeah, Dennis Faircloth for the paint schemes, and yeah, admins and you guys for all putting this on. This is pretty fun to go back and watch afterwards and kind of see all the battles throughout the race and get to see all the wrecks and to see who was stupid and who wasn't tonight. So that'll be fun. Appreciate it.
We had a variety of that tonight for sure.
Yeah. You heard my comment earlier. Starting to look like other leagues, unfortunately. I wish we can keep it clean, but for some reason we can't. So, yeah, but it's fun. Appreciate it, guys.
Appreciate your time, Bailey. Third place finisher here tonight, the 24, Bailey Turner. He led 15 laps. He's going to come home in third. Now moving on down pit road. We got second place down here with Adam Cabot, and I got to be honest, Adam, I'm let down. It was my birthday wish that the 17 wins here tonight at Dover. What happened?
Yeah. Well, the streak is, I guess, officially over. Dover Day is canceled. It's over.
Canceled.
Yeah, it's canceled. I don't know. It looked like nobody else wanted to celebrate tonight. Everyone else wanted to wanted to wreck, and then wreck again, and then wreck again, and then wreck again, and wreck again. So that stung. I mean, Seth went out and earned it. So congrats to him. I probably needed like 5 more laps at the end there. It's just when you have a short run to end the race, there's just not much you can do because you gotta if you're tucked up right behind them. I mean, you saw Jeff do everything he could. He took the strategy of let me go as hard as I can and try to pass Seth right away, and you saw how badly it burnt off his stuff, and he just dropped like a rock. So I tried to do the opposite in the last restart and lay back a little bit. And I mean, you don't really have much time to save when you're restarting with 18 laps to go or whatever it was. But I felt like I kind of did everything I could, but it was just restart after restart after restart, and just the timing of cautions and stuff, and then teammates playing games and restarts, which I don't blame them. That's what you do. But it just the race could never get into a groove, could never get into a rhythm, and that's where I excel at Dover. So I guess we're bound to have one of these races eventually. It just stinks that it was at Dover tonight, but like I said, congrats to Seth on getting the win. This is probably the most disappointed you'll ever hear me of finishing second. I mean, I feel like, this is the worst race of the entire year. I did finish second. That is good. That is good for points, obviously. But, I've always said, anything other than a win at Dover is a disappointment at this point. So I guess that's, that stinks. But,
well,
yeah,
I feel it too, Adam. It feels like I got stolen away from you. Led 44 laps here tonight. You start up on the pole, and you said that that's a first for you as well.
Yeah, I mean, in all fairness, I didn't run a perfect race. I mean, getting the pole was awesome, but I was a little too conservative at the start, and I wasn't really worried because I was like, well, I'll just get these guys in the long run. And we just, I had a little fun just battling out with Jeff the first run to see how hard you could push tires, and I was like, okay, you don't want to push that hard, and I was like, all right, well, after green flag stops, we'll just conserve our pace and get them there, and could never get that long run in, unfortunately. So it was kind of a gamble towards the end too. It became a fuel mileage race, and then should you pit, should you not pit, and everyone got off sequence. And I mean, that's how I won a race last night at Bristol. So you win some that way, you lose some that way. That's, I guess, all there is to it. So we'll take the second place, we'll take the points, and we'll try to get the win next time we're at Dover.
Adam Cabot in the Atlas 17. Do you have anybody you'd like to shout out and thank for what you feel? I feel is a great performance. What do you think?
I would like to thank everyone tonight who managed to not wreck on a restart or run someone over right as we were about approaching the fuel window. Everyone who didn't crash tonight, I would give a huge shout out to you. Thank you for celebrating Dover Day with me. To all the people who don't believe in Dover Day and just want to cause crashes, screw you. There you go. That's my statement. How about that?
Well, I will put that on the teleprompter. It will come up in the closed captioning.
You always ask who do you want to shout out. You never say
Yeah.
who do you want to like really just like
Give
yell
him the
at.
business.
And to be honest, I haven't even seen the replay, so I don't even know who was crashing. So, but we'll
Well,
it
we
is
got
what
a
it is.
variety. There was a variety.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but that's how these races go sometimes. You get green flag runs, and I'm someone who prepares for that. But if you're preparing for short runs, then like I said, I don't want to take anything away from Seth. He went out and earned this race, so congrats to Seth Hatchell on getting the win tonight. And where are we racing next week?
Talladega.
Well, there
All
you
right.
go, Adam. Nice run.
Well, all right, we'll go win Talladega then.
All right.
Have a good one, guys.
I'm gonna make sure that doesn't
Appreciate
happen though.
What?
Yeah.
He'll be
Yeah,
out on
make
the
sure-
track.
Oh my goodness! All right, I am looking forward to that. Now I'm in a good mood. That'll be fun.
All right.
There you
Well, we
go.
appreciate your
All
time.
right,
man.
see you guys.
Yeah. And that was Adam Cabot, second place finisher here tonight at Dover. And it doesn't even sound right to come out of my mouth, but second place here for the 17.
Yeah. We're down at victory lane here. Seth Hatchell, first one of the season, 7th different winner on the year. Lead 28 laps, man. How were those last 30 laps?
They were nervous for me. I was pushing real hard. I figured we were probably gonna get a caution, so I was just pushing as hard as I could to get a gap on Adam while he was racing a couple guys, and then just be ahead if we got a caution, and then deal with it from there. But really happy to get a win here. It's one of my favorite places here, and I didn't think I really had the car for it, especially on a longer run. I just wasn't quite as quick as a couple of those guys like Adam, but just happened to move through the field there really quick when there was that split decision on pit stops behind Adam, and then just got lucky on a couple of restarts there on who I lined up behind to just get ahead and get away with the victory here.
Yeah. Now I got to ask you, you're 27th in points coming into this race. This one's going to help you immensely. Do you think you have a run at making? I know we got 4 races and a double multiplier in points. Do you think you have, or do we have a double? I think it's a double when we go to the Charlotte. But do you think you have anything to maybe get into the BTDY chase for the chase for the BTDY Cup?
It's going to be tough, but I'm definitely going to be trying. I think it's probably going to end up needing me to win just about every week, but that's what we show up to do anyways. So I'll give it my best shot, and we'll see where we end up.
Speaking of next week, Talladega, how do you feel about going out there? We know the mayhem that can be caused with the next gen cars and the way drafting is 3 and 4 wide racing. Do you think you can maybe go back to back?
I think it's definitely possible. I've done it there before a couple of years ago. Really there, you're just trying to control everything that you can control. Obviously, I can't control the competitors, but just do everything in my power and hope you're up front at the end, and then it's usually crazy at the end and hope you're in the right spot. So that's what we'll be trying to do next week.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time there, Seth. Congratulations. And before we let you go, is there anybody you want to give a shout out to tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for doing a great job with the broadcast. Got to thank Nick and all the admins doing a great job of this league, and all the sponsors that hop on board, like Affinity for Gaming for tonight. And got to thank all the drivers for putting on a great race for everybody to watch tonight, and my team VSPEED.
All right. Well, we appreciate your time, Seth. Congratulations. Go celebrate, and we'll see you next week out in Talladega.
Sounds good. Thank you guys.
All right. And that's your winner, Seth Hatchell, here tonight. First win of the season and led 28 laps. Let's get a real quick of a race recap and go through our final results here from the Affinity for Gaming 150 here. Seth Hatchell, your winner over Adam Cabot, which, like we said, kind of crazy to go through, but man, who would have thought Seth Hatchell would beat Adam Cabot at his track? But how about that? 10 cautions, 5 lead changes. Hatchell, the winner. Cabot second. Turner in third. Baffert comes home in fourth. Joshua Banks in fifth. Ray Massey finally getting one of those much-needed top 10 finishes in sixth. Angela Ronis consistency in seventh. How about the rookie Ryan Shelton after an up-and-down day gets a top 10 in eighth. Jeff Wright, ninth. And how about the Affinity for Gaming driver himself, Alan Dice with 10th?
Yeah, Affinity for Gaming, he had a quiet night. The 5 of Dice, not too much camera time, but an excellent finish nonetheless. Yeah, the weekly going to bring it home in 11th. Great job by him. He started in 20th. Dallas Sullivan up 15 positions there for the 46. Nick Starling, another solid finish as well in 13th. You've got the 00 Kevin McGarvey, who had some problems there early in the race. 14th, Jacob Locklear, loose all day in 15th. Nathan Ostrowski, 16th. David Shieldhouse, unfortunately, from 4th all the way back to 17th. Dennis Steele's going to bring it home at 18th. AJ Stravato off the racetrack at one point with a heavy damage, 19th, and Dennis Faircloth going to bring it home in 20th.
21st was Yusuf Ghali after really a horrific race for the 54 camp, but I'm sure he'll be back next week at Talladega. Max Cost in 22nd, Jeremiah Vincent in 23rd. 24th, Brett Baldeck. 25th, Chris Samard. 26th, Gary Sexton. Eric Hutt, a streak that's so consistent, I think top 15s all year, comes home 27th. Brody Hayes, who seemed maybe the only car that could have touched Adam Cabot on speed, comes home 28th. And Daniel Cunningham is turned back to BTDY, unfortunately, a 29th place finish. And that is the recap here for tonight's Affinity for Gaming 150. Boy, oh boy, what a race we saw here tonight with Seth Hatchell ending up as the winner and our 7th different winner on the BTDY season. Next week, catch us live, same time, at around 8:40 p.m. Eastern Time, to where we'll go off from the Talladega Super Speedway. Boy, oh boy, is that going to be fun. Going to be a hectic, wild race involved when it comes to chase implications as well. That's just race implications. And unfortunately, Bradley, I'm not going to be with you next week. I'm going to be on the racetrack, so I'm looking forward to it.
You say unfortunately, but you're going to be out there racing, doing the stuff that we admire it, and we love to watch it. If you guys enjoyed tonight's broadcast here on VSPEED, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you never miss a single race as the BTDY Racing Series goes live at 8:35 p.m. Eastern Time. But for everybody at VSPEED and Martin Sports, we thank you for watching tonight's broadcast. Adam Baker, Alec Martinez, Eddie Smith, Morgan Cook. We got a bigger list of names every time I come out here. Yeah. Connor Horn, I'm Bradley Cooper, saying thank you and enjoy the rest of your week. So long, everybody.
Sailor Tarot Magic is the spot to get a reading from Sally, an intuitive healer and tarot reader, known as the Nurturing Reader at New Jersey Street Fairs. You can also check out our YouTube channel for lunar and astro readings, as well as our Instagram for live weekly readings. Her rates are affordable, and you will leave with a newfound perspective. Sally is now offering an introductory class on tarot cards and intuition, and is available for parties. Call or text 732-314-0777 to schedule your reading today.
And here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
Burned!
Cabot, where did he come from? Here comes Zwack.
A punch from the 33.
It's a drag